What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you guys the basics to editing map configs. In this video I'm going to show you how to edit streetlights, trees, buildings, some road textures and colors, and then I'll go into advanced if you guys want that in the next video. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to need the track you want to edit, obviously. You're going to need a program called Visual Studio Code, which I'll have the download in the description. It's just a tool to help you edit the config without having to manually look for things. So when you have that installed, you have the map opened, you're going to want to go to the in-game menu and type in OBJ, open up the object inspector, and all you need to do is leave it like this, and then the next thing you're going to want to do is go to your Assetto Corsa root folder, and I'm already in mine. Then I'm going to go to content, I'm going to go to tracks, and I'm going to go to the track that I'm editing. If you're doing SRP, keep in mind there's 9.1 and there's 9.2, so make sure you're editing the right version. I'm on 9.2. When you're in the folder, you're going to go to extension. If it doesn't have one, I'll have another video on how to make a map config for a map that doesn't have one already. But go to extension, you'll see something called ext_config. You're going to want to right click, open with Visual Studio Code. I already have mine set to default on it, so I'm just going to open it like this. Alright, so now I have the VS Code open. I can go ahead and minimize this for now. I'm going to go into my game, and let's start off with changing streetlights. So as you see, all my streetlights are white, so I'm going to hold down Alt on my keyboard, and I'm going to left click the thing I want to change, which is the light color. So now you see it's highlighted. I'm going to copy the material by clicking on it, and then I'm going to go to VS Code. I'm going to Control F to search, Control V to paste what I just copied, and then I'm going to scroll all the way to the left over here. So this one's the light series. There's also going to be a material adjustment. The light series is what is showing on the ground right here. The material adjustment is the way this brightness is the light bulb. So with that being said, let's say I want to change it from white to red. I'm going to change this to red, RGB, red, green, blue, and then I'm going to go ahead and Control S to save it. This will show you if there's something unsaved or not. So Control S, it's going to freeze your game for a second if you're editing a light series. So I'm just clicking, waiting for it to unfreeze. You'll notice the red change as well. Alright, so yeah, now you see the red changes on here, but this is still white. So if I want to edit both, I'm going to go back here, and as you see, there's one of three. So I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to scroll all the way to the left. The second one seems to be right here as well, so the third one's right here. As you guys see, there's one up here, there's two down there. So I'm going to go to the left, the material adjustment, I'm going to make that red as well. This one doesn't freeze your game, so I'm going to Control S, and you'll see it's all red now. But as you see, it's kind of like a matte red. It's not really shiny or bloomy, if that makes sense. So I'm going to alt click it again, copy it. I already have it copied, didn't need to do that. And this is 0.075. So if I do 0.25, you'll see now it's kind of bloomy, but a little too much, the way my graphics are set up. So you guys can play with the value of how bright you want it to be. I'm going to leave mine like this for now. I'm going to change it back to white. Control Z is how you undo something if you just want to redo it to what it is. And then as you see, it's unsaved, so I'm going to Control S. It's going to freeze while it changes back to white, and then I'll be able to do the next step. Alright, so as you see, now it's white. So it's back to how it was. I'm going to show you guys how to edit buildings now. So if I alt click the building, as you see, this is what it should look like. Sometimes it'll be weird, like this. If it looks like this, you're not on the right thing. So alt click off of it and try to click a window, and it should look like that. Then you'll copy it, go back to the VS Code, Control F again, and Control V, and this is that. So let's say I want it to be blue. I'll take off the red, and I'll take off the green, and then I'll Control S. So red, green, I'm stupid, I made it green, oh well. So it's green now, as you see. This one only worked for one of the a few of the buildings. So now I'm going to alt click another building, copy this one, Control F, Control V, and I'm going to do the same thing for here. And now you see those two are red. So some of them are grouped up, some of them's not. So if I go right here and I copy this building and I do the same thing yet again. Oh, okay, so it's not in here. So this doesn't have a config yet, but it has all these buildings. So this one was the one we just edited. I'm going to comma after the material and I'm going to paste this one here and I'm going to Control S. And now you see this is green and all the other ones are green. So if I look around, I have green buildings and I can just keep clicking all the ones that are off and I can try to find it. If it's not there, I'll just add it to one of my existing ones already. And now you can see there's even more green buildings, and you can just do that for whatever. You can separate the colors, make them all the same thing. That's how you guys want to customize it. So let me go ahead and undo all of that. Like I said, Control Z to undo, and everything's undone. So now the last thing I'm going to show you guys how to edit is some road textures and trees. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it to daytime now. And as you see, my trees are like an autumn themed. So I'm going to go ahead and alt click, copy the material and go to the VS Code. I'm going to scroll all the way to the left. So I made mine custom. So this is winter trees and this is autumn trees. So if I was to disable this and turn it to 0, or go back to green, like regular whatever, and if I turn winter to 1, then it's going to make it like winter trees. So I have mine to where I can just change it by doing that. But what makes it do that is you're going to have to find the material, and it's either going to have season winter and season winter, or it's going to say autumn. You're going to have to choose which one you want, or you're going to have to make two separate ones like I did. So if you want, let's just say this wasn't here, and I only have this one, and I wanted it to be autumn, you have to do it with the capitals just like it has, and the lowercase just like it has here, and the Control S, and now my thing's autumn. But I'm going to go ahead and undo that as well. So yeah, that's how you do that. And let's just say one last thing, if I have winter on one, and then I turn autumn on one as well, it's going to make it brighter, and then yeah, I don't really know how to explain that. It's going to make it brighter trying to put the color over the white, but under. It's just enhancing the white basically. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn winter off for now, leave autumn on. You can also do like 2, and mine's going to bug out a little bit depending on how your PP filter is. You can try to make it a little brighter, a little dim if you don't want so bright trees. You can kind of play with it to your likings, but I kind of like it at 1 just because it doesn't have any colors. It has some reds and whatnot. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is road textures, barriers, and stuff like that. So as you see, all of this stuff, the white walls, this white thing, these being even whiter than before, is because of the road textures I changed, which is right here. You can just copy the material of any of those the same way. And so if I turn this off to 0, all of this is what default looks like. Gray walls, gray, kind of foggy white instead of clean looking white. So now if I turn this back to 1, boom, it's all white. It's a nicer looking feel in my opinion. You can also do the same thing with the autumn here. Instead of winter, change it to autumn, and now you're going to have a yellow theme to it. So this is the full autumn theme, I guess. You can like remove this if you don't want it in here. You can remove or add certain things to whatever. They don't all have to be white. This is just for the extreme example. But yeah, so this is the basics of how to edit map configs. If you guys want to learn more about this, more advanced stuff, making skins such as the white tiles, which I'll actually show you here real quick. I didn't make this tunnel texture. This is a texture I got from somebody. I'm pretty sure it's a free public texture anyone can use. But yeah, you can like, if I didn't want these to be white, I could make the same texture but with blue or with pink or whatever the example is. So yeah, if you guys want to learn more about making skins for maps and stuff and more advanced map editing configs, drop a comment. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll get back to you guys. Till next time, peace out.